Well, one, this is coming out of China. I think that that's significant. But two, they're doing it in a way that's going to be compliant with the SEC.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin, here with Vincent Kong, CSO of HGC, and of course, Douglas Borthwick, returning friend of the channel of INEX. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And just to set this up for the audience, and Vincent, correct me if I'm wrong, but Truckpal is basically a software as a service platform for the Chinese freight market, which is huge. And they're launching the first ever security token from China on the INEX platform, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. That's exciting. I mean, obviously,
cool.
we're seeing the whole industry. The industry is only trending more regulated. So if you do it fully compliant with the SEC in America, that's huge. So I want to get into Truckpal, but first, let's start off with Vincent. Douglas, we'll go to you later. First off, what's your background? How'd you get into this?
Okay. First, thank you for the invitation. It's very exciting to join today's interview. So for me, that I was being in the crypto industry for more than 4 years. And at the very beginning, I worked for a wallet company. Then I go to Props. Props is also a SEC registered company project. So when I was in Props, I learned about the Truckpal project, and I was attracted by this amazing team because I see a lot of efforts they have made, on how to, they want to set up a standard for the compliant token offering. So I see also all these efforts they have made, and I decided to join this amazing team after I left the Props. So yeah, that's it.
So started with Props, saw the team, came to Truckpal. What is Truckpal for those hearing about it for the first time?
So briefly, Truckpal, you have just said like a SaaS service, and actually we provide a digital financial and the tax accounting platform for the Chinese free market. And based on that market, we designed and implement the Truckpal security token, which also, is in compliance with the US security law.
And that's huge. Obviously you're seeing the trend if you're, want to do this right, which is what all companies are starting to do now. So the Chinese freight market, specifically, what do you do for them, or how big is that market?
The Chinese market is really huge, and it's a very promising market. Let me give you some data. First, the annual, the market size of the Chinese free market is approximately $1.5 trillion, with around 17 million truckers in this market. What we do is, we serve this market. We designed our, tax accounting tool for users to use in this market. That's it.
Design the software for the truckers to use, make their job easier. Let me pivot a little. Jump in anytime, not necessarily now, but you're always invited. We've seen a lot of token sales in general in the market every day. What's different between this Truckpal token sale and others?
You want me to answer this one? I think that I'll answer this in that, well, one, this is coming out of China. I think that that's significant. But two, they're doing it in a way that's going to be compliant with the SEC. And, you're called Altcoin Daily. There's a lot of altcoins out there. A lot of these are now being looked at by the SEC, and they're saying, are these really securities or not? Now, Truckpal came to us and said, look, we've got a security. It's going to be linked to this transportation industry in China that, as Vincent said, is $1.5 trillion. There's 17 million truckers in China. Now, my guess is they're downloading an app, and that app's going to help them with their accountancy, with how to get from A to B. There's a whole load of things associated with this app. And when they use the app, that's going to generate revenue. And that revenue is going to be passed on to these token holders that buy this Truckpal token that INX is currently offering on our site today.
Vincent, go a little deeper on that. If it is a security, that does mean that there's dividends to be distributed among holders, I believe. What other benefits are there for investors?
First, the biggest, profits is for the dividends, and we give them 70%. We give out 70%, 75% of our qualified revenue we generate from the platform to our shareholders, and it's priority to our shareholders. So the main, the main.
When you say shareholders there, Vincent, you mean the token holders?
Sorry, the token holders.
So the token holders, and there's only 2,000 token holders maximum on this offering because it's a regular. So maximum of 2,000 people would have access to this 75% payout of their qualified revenue. Right.
And anybody with an INX account, has access to all these things on the INX platform.
Anyone that's a Reg D, for the Reg D side, you've got to be an accredited investor in the United States to invest in this. But anyone outside the United States through the Reg S quotient can come in. Now they have to register their account at INX, whitelist a wallet, go through KYC, AML, and then they can purchase. And then I think the minimum is $2,000 to get into this deal. But again, it's maxed out at 2,000 people.
Scarce. Nobody knows scarcity more than the crypto crowd. Vincent, 75% seems like a huge number. How is that? How come it's so high?
It's also a very good question because most of our users, they're also, curious about the 70%. Actually it's increased with our, investment philosophy because, we in Truckpal, we're not like other ICO projects that maybe they start from nothing. Actually, Truckpal, the app already launched in the market for a year and a half. And since the launch, we have massive adoptions, downloads, and trading volume increase in this in our platform. So we already generated income from the market, and we the big part of the cost that we already deal with it in the last year 21. And for now, that the main cost for us maybe is some daily operation cost and maintenance. So it won't take too much money from us. For now, it's the system is operated well since its launch. So our goal for the next period is to expand our user base and the business. So that's why we can share 75% of our profits to the users.
That's huge. Do you see yourself, Douglas? Anything to add?
I was going to say, so what you're saying, Vincent, is that the development costs have already been taken care of. And I think a lot of STOs that come out say we're raising money for development costs, and you're saying they're already taken care of. Instead, the money you're raising here, this 20 million, is going to be used for marketing to get the word of mouth for daily operation.
Vincent, do you see this as a huge precedent being set for Chinese businesses all over, or even global businesses? You're really the first in the East to sort of usher this in.
For now, that definitely we will target to the global market, but for now, we are more focused on the Chinese market. But the Truckpal token as a security token, it can be treated borderlessly, across borders and also different platforms, regions. So and also we are also proud to cooperate with the X platform. X is a world-leading platform. So all those can help us to give us more exposures on the market and also attract more users and downloadings from market. So I think in the future that we will with more and more we have entered into the market, we can gradually to target to the global market.
Awesome. And what was the name of that wallet?
The INX. He was saying the INX.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I see. That's platform. Yeah.
So,
okay, cool.
But how did Chinese companies, before you came along, Vincent, what were Chinese companies using to raise capital? Were they in the digital arena? Were they doing STOs, just unregistered STOs or unregulated? Like, how was it before?
It's quite, before we start, the process of our STO started 2 years ago. And then when at that time also for now, there's still ICOs in this market because, that the Chinese, we don't have those regulatory laws to guide people. So they're still doing that kind of way. But we see that a lot of, fraud and in compliance, and also very big asset bubbles in these ICO projects. So which those are really actually hurt its investors because we can see examples like Luna. This project, when a lot of individuals and institutions investing in it, but when it collapses, lots of them suffers the loss. So we definitely want that, and we spend 600 days work with our lawyers, the advisors, and also the IX platform to design and implement our security token offering. So yeah, before us, I think there's no security token in the Chinese market. And we are the first one.
Many investors have definitely been hurt in the unregulated space over the years. So, I mean, it is clear where this industry is trending, especially for these companies that want to, be global and, take over many, many regions. Vincent, let's talk about the team. We kind of skipped over that, but but you said you love the team about this company. Talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, so it's an amazing team. So when I was joining, there's a lot of my colleagues that were there, and actually most of them, they have this team is I think the team is consists of people who was experienced and also talent in the freight market. And most of them, I think they have more than 10 years experience in the transportation market. And also as a whole, they already worked for 6 years before I joined. The team have a very good understanding about the Chinese freight market, and also about the blockchain tech. So yeah, and also the founder of the Truckpal and HEC is Mr. Zhang. Professor Zhang, he has wrote a book, about the Chinese foreign market, and which educated the entire market. And also, except for the core team, we also partner with, some world-leading, teams who help us to be our advisor and our legal firm. So we worked with Magic Circle. He's our advisor for more than 2 years, to ensure, both our business and the token offering is in compliance with the US security law. They really do a lot of efforts to help us understanding the whole process. And also, we also get some, investments from famous institutions, such as the Ozner Partner Family Funds and the Beyond Venture Capital.
So you already have investors in the token offering from some well-known VCs.
Yeah.
And for the audience, I will leave a link down below for on the website, on the team, for the audience to check it out for themselves. Link down below. But what is Magic Circle? That's an advisor. I'm not familiar with them.
Magic Circle is our advisor, and he helped us to design the token economy and all the process of the token compliance. Yeah, it's a very famous company in China.
Awesome, cool. Hey, let's look to the future a little bit. What does success look like for Truckpal in 5 years? Like, what are you hoping to achieve?
I think, in the next 5 years, because we are it's a new project and also the first STO in the market. So actually we are exploring the future. So it's unknown to all the users and peoples. So first, I think well, about the future market, we have some source on that. I think first is in compliance with the security laws, and also it may has the market, the project shall backed by with a real value, and also there's about it's about we shall explore the future with our partners first to see what we can achieve. And also, the new token economy we introduced to our ecosystem, it can really help, our users. We can turn our users into stakeholders. So before Truckpal, there's also big players, there are giant firms that they entered into this market. They provide their service to the users, but actually don't share. They make a lot of profits from the market, but they don't share any of the profits to their users. So we decide to change it, and we think that with the helping of the token and the new token economy, and also the the listing and in the future, so we can challenge the way how it acts in the market. We can bring more profit shares, the new profit share models to our users. We can share our profits to them, and also in a more transparent way. So yeah, those changes can not only help us, but also give our users a chance to turn their contributions to the platform into financial rewards. It's also very exciting. I believe with this we can have more and more users. They believe in the token economy. They trust what Truckpal can bring into the market, and they will join us. And we can there's very big market there in China, and we will take the market step by step.
When you started the call, Vincent, I think you said there were 17 million truckers. How are you going to go after them all? How are you going to turn these truckers into users?
Okay, first, you should serve, what they need. I think, the service we provide them is, is very, helpful to them, because, the Chinese market, it has some its own, characters. There's a low transparency, but high fragmentation market, and also the compliance process in China is very complicated, and the manual process is not that easy. So by using Truckpal, it can solve all those issues, because we help them to easily management their orders and financials. So first is because we can provide the service they need that really can help them in the market. And second, like I said, there's no projects like us can share the profits to its users in the market. They only generate profits from the market and keep them. And also what the worse, they abuse the users' data. It's really harmful to them. But for us, we will be transparent. We also, the Truckpal token is also is a compliant token, and we are willing to share all the details. We have a link that users can check out our data, real-time data, through the link. So yeah, so it's
so
what we have provided to them, make them. Yeah.
So a trucker downloads the app, and then the app essentially automates a process that's been manual for them in the past. And everyone's had a very different manual process, but using the Truckpal process, it automates it and it makes it similar to everyone else. So you're taking something that's, as you said, fragmented, and you're now making it so it's central and it's all done in the right way.
And adding transparency into the business and giving the power back to the users. We're seeing that in many different types of businesses, like musicians are trying to do that with NFTs, other things. I like how you guys are, one, doing it compliant, but going into this industry that's obviously very huge and, you know, needs to be disrupted in some sense by providing that transparency to the people that use it.
Yeah,
Vincent,
definitely.
Anything? I want to throw it over to Douglas to just give final thoughts about the platform and how our audience can get involved. But any final thoughts on Truckpal that we didn't mention?
For Truckpal, I think we have, we have learned that the market and also our business, we're trying to, bring the new, some innovations into the market. Yeah, that's what we have talked. But I think, we also have some, arrangements for the future. It's like, for now that we have been listed on the X platform, and we're also signing some, we will have a new announcement about the new corporations with other security trading platforms in the future. So I think it's also a very big deal to us because, like I said before, the security tokens is unlike the traditional stocks that you can only trade in one place, or you can trade, like it has some time limitations, and also you cannot transfer peer-to-peer. Also, actually, you don't own them. It's just like virtual stock there. Unlike the crypto assets that you can manage in your platform. So yeah, in Truckpal, that we think that in the future we can be we are expected to be the first security token that can trade it in multiple markets. So which can make us, we think can make us, more the first token that I think it's a big step to the security token market. We're trying to build best practice, through our success. So that's what I want to add. And another thing is, your Truckpal was using the new form that of a token is a ERC 1404 token standard. And most people not familiar with this, but let me tell you, it's the only security token standard that are recognized by the SEC, and it's a quite easy to management as the ERC20 tokens. So investors do not have any worries about how to use, transfer, and invest in the Truckpal token. And also during the offering, I think adding more information about the offering, found out that we want to sell 200 million tokens in the offering, and the minimum investment is $2,000. And as Douglas has said, it's a very big market, but we only allows 2,000 investors to invest. So I also suggest that anyone who is interested in Truckpal can register on the X platform and invest in us before we officially close.
Cool. And you said it was the only token standard that's recognized by the SEC, which is huge. Yeah, and also just the fact that you're only offering it to 2,000 people, I mean, in a way that's really good because it makes those 2,000 people have more ownership over those benefits of being an investor. So that's cool.
Douglas, yeah, and it's quite easy to invest.
Douglas, bring it home for the audience.
Well, I'd like to say we're very excited to have Truckpal. We've been talking to Vincent now and Magic Circle for about 2 years. And I think that at first when they came to us, we were very interested because, as China's a very, very large market. And they're looking at a very, very large market, and they're looking to make some changes there. And they've had significant momentum. Now, I urge people, if you're interested in this, to go to the securities.inx.co, and there'll be a link, I'm sure, in this video, and read about what Truckpal is doing. When you purchase, you can purchase through a MetaMask wallet using USDT, USDC, or Ethereum, or you could send a wire transfer. You'll be whitelisted. We'll ask you for a wallet address, and then the tokens will be delivered. If you're in the US, you have to be an accredited investor, and you'd be locked up for about 12 months. If you are outside the US, you'd be locked up for just 40 days, and you do not have to be the accredited investor as you would in the US. So it's a very exciting offering for us. Certainly check it out at inx.co, securities.inx.co, and please learn about what Vincent's doing.
Exciting. Hey, before I let you guys go, Douglas, thoughts on Bitcoin this year?
Oh, I'm a lot happier where it is today than where it was, let's say, a couple of months ago. I think that Bitcoin reminds me, or just the crypto market in general, reminds me, as we're driving down I-95, there's been a traffic accident in Florida and a couple of cars went out in Georgia, but it really doesn't affect me driving in Connecticut. And what we're seeing today is sort of what we saw in the dot-com era, where some companies kind of went over their boots a little bit. They fell down, they disappeared, but it doesn't mean that the internet's dead, just like, crypto isn't dead. I think you're going to find some strength coming out of all of this. You're going to see a lot less froth in the market. I think that the regulators are certainly much more awake now and on the ball than they were in the past. I think that folks that went out there screaming to be bankless suddenly wanted banks to help them when the companies they were investing in went under. And regulation now is something that people are probably looking more for today than they were maybe 3 months ago. And so, I'm certainly sit on the side of regulation, but I'm a fan of decentralization too. I'm a big fan of Bitcoin. I think that it's going to have ups and downs, just like any new technology always does. But, I see it moving forward, in the future, and I continue to hold it.
If we go lower, you buying the dip?
Well, how many dips can you buy?
That's very true. Vincent, thoughts on Bitcoin, or do you agree with Douglas?
Yeah, I agree with Douglas, and I will buy the dip.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Links for Truckpal and you guys are down below. Final thoughts from either of you for the Altcoin Daily Army.
Well, I've got to say, I've been talking to Altcoin Daily now for, I guess, maybe 2 years. And all I see is progress. And I love what you guys are doing across all your media channels. I think it's fantastic. The level of interviews you're doing these days. Always excited to be on your show. Thank you so much.